Beer Board, and if you could introduce yourself and your colleagues and then make whatever presentation you'd like to make.
Thank you. I'm Jackie Easter, the director with the Beer Board. With me is Julie Hudson, the assistant with the Beer Board, and Ann Arney, chair of the Beer Board. Good morning. I would like to thank you, Mayor Dean, for your support and the opportunity to meet with you today. In September 2012, the Beer Board office relocated to the Metro office building. We are now co-located in Codes Department. The move has been great for our clients as they can now attend to different affairs if needed while on campus, as well as free parking. For our accomplishments, as of March the 26th, we have collected a total of $351,000 in revenue. That is 101% of projected amount for the year. Customers may now have the option to pay fees with credit cards. All application files and supporting documents are being scanned and stored digitally. For our goals, discuss with ITS and codes our option to further reduce paper usage and more effectively meet the needs of our clients through Kiva or by replacing our Access database with a new one. For our strategic issues, retaining experienced and qualified staff with increasing demands for service through the existing salary freeze has created a negative impact on retention. The department faces a decreased productivity due to a minimum staff of 4, providing customer service in regard to licensing and regulation to more than 1,500 permit holders and residents of Metro Nashville, Davidson County. If I may, I would like to discuss several budget modifications. As noted before, we have a staff of 4. The department is requesting an additional Beer Inspector 1 position. This position will provide support to the office, as well as conducting inspections, liquor store measurements, serving subpoenas, and citations. This requested position will allow the other 2 inspectors to have an increased presence in the field, and as a result will create estimated additional $36,500 departmental revenue. The department is requesting a step increase for the Inspector 2 because there is not an Inspector 3 classification. This inspector has been with the department for 10 years. In the absence of second inspector position due to turnovers, Mr. Darby was the sole inspector for Metro Davidson County. This increase will allow the department to maintain an employee who has a strong functional knowledge of the beer laws. The department is requesting a promotion for the Office Support Specialist 1 to Office Support Specialist 2. Since the economic downturn, the department has lost two full-time positions. During this process, Ms. Hudson, an employee that has been here for 14 years, has faithfully performed all her listed duties and has taken on the additional roles that were eliminated. The department is requesting funds for beer inspectors to use cell phones. At this time, the inspectors are using walkie-talkies. By not having cell phones, beer inspectors run the risk of missing appointments and not being able to contact authorities in case of violations and emergencies. The cell phone coverage will allow inspectors to provide better customer services, such as helping customers who need special assistance. Currently, the department's 2% targeted reduction is $5,600. The reduction has a negative impact in regards to the efficiency of the department. This department would reduce 1 full-time inspector's position by 15%, with an estimated loss of revenue of almost $16,000. I'm sorry. At this time, are there any questions in regard to these services the department provides to the entrepreneurs and residents of Metro Davidson, Nashville?
The inspectors. So you have 4 employees, right?
Correct.
And what? So that's yourself?
With myself.
And Ms. Hudson?
And the 2 inspectors.
And the 2 inspectors. And the inspectors use walkie-talkies?
Yes.
All right. And what's the... And you want to replace those with cell phones?
With cell phones.
Would that be, I assume that'd be cheaper, almost, wouldn't it?
I can't imagine why it would cost any different than that. Is there a tablet function that makes sense for the beer board inspectors? I know Mr. Cobb's in the back of the room, and I know his folks have sort of moved to that tablet concept.
The tablet is good when we doing initial inspection. That means someone that the inspector's going to do inspections for someone that's going before the board. But when you're doing regulatory inspections, we want to be inconspicuous when we walk into an establishment in order to catch any violations.
Okay.
Okay. It's essentially what you're looking at is reimbursing the employees for use of their cell phones or buying cell phones or?
It probably most for us to have cell phones. We have them, I can show you what we have, and in our department, mine the only one that's activated for a cell phone. Theirs is basically walkie-talkie, which they can put in their pockets, and if they need it, then they can use it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the Metro plan with Sprint. We've spoken to General Services about it already, and then we can get into the plan of the pooled shared minutes that the other departments use. It'll just cost us a little bit more than what we're.
This is probably the decision I don't need to be making, but we could have somebody, whatever is the most rational, cost-efficient way of doing it, is what we ought to do.
Ask Terry to do it.
And Terry can help get that done and figure out what it is, but whatever makes the most sense economically and efficiency-wise, what we ought to do. That's my decision.
Good job. That's why you're the mayor.
Can we now cancel the rest of the budget hearings? Have we made our decision today?
Can you
trying.
back up and sort of walk me through what you think about the cost of this additional inspector vis-a-vis the revenue generated by adding that inspector? Kind of walk me back through that again. Did I understand you right on that?
Right, and Julie can tell you more about the figures of it, but if we're looking at an inspector, and
This is an inspector one, right?
position.
Okay.
And we're needing help in the office as well as that person can also help with the inspections. So what we're looking at is for this position to be 30% office help and 70% inspector position. So this person, where I'm looking at this is that if he's in the office, if this person is in the office, can help with the documents that's coming in, can help with the phone calls, to follow up, because when they do go out and do inspection, they need to follow up on some of the locations, and so they can make the phone calls. They can set up revisits for the inspectors that are out there, and this would give those two inspectors out there time to just mostly do regulatory inspection, which we need to do at least 3 times a year. At this time, we're probably a little less than 2 times a year. And that can help bring in the revenue because there are the violations, but we're not there. And with the inspectors that we have, if this new position also, we do liquor measurements. When they go away to do that, because we don't know when they come in, that'll take them away, and sometimes they have to their schedule have to be changed. So this position, being in the office, if they know of this, we only have 2 cars, and the way I see it, if that position in the office during the day, then when we get liquor requests, we get citations that need to be served and subpoenas need to be served, and even like change of ownership. Most of them usually, you got a lot of convenience stores, which can be done in the daytime. So this person can take care of that. So when the old 2 positions are coming in the evening, they just get a lot of regulatory inspections and maybe some initial. But they would, they just keep a straight schedule, and this other person can do these other things that can help.
Okay.
Okay.
The two inspectors work a lot of nights, is that what you're saying?
Right.
So
Right.
if I understand it right, so you're saying that this person could do some of the stuff, the more routine, day-to-day stuff during the day, so you don't need another vehicle.
And eventually we probably will, but right now we can work with the 2 vehicles, and this person can use one during the day, and when they come on duty.
Okay, all right, got it.
Mm-hmm. And for the most part, that one inspector is going to train both inspectors. So the one during the day would know how to do everything, because when one is out, he will do the night shift as well.
Okay.
Could name it the Gary Brown Memorial Position. For his long
He'd be honored,
tenure.
I'm sure.
For his long
Advocacy
tenure
of this.
and his advocacy of this over the years, I feel should name something after Mr. Brown for all his years.
Great.
You seem to be following in his footsteps.
Well, and if I just want to support anything Jackie says, I'll tell you that Inspector Darby and Julie they make everything so much easier. And they are, I mean, I look to them so much for guidance on the history of what's been done. And I just think if I can, just to support anything that can be done for them, because I think they're incredibly valuable to Metro.
Good. Well, thank you, and thanks for your service and all the commissioners, and thank you for what you're all doing. The credit card thing, did that start this last fiscal year? The being able to pay?
Right, the machine was broken down for a while, but we're doing it.
And people are pretty happy about that, though.
Yes.
That's always been something we've heard about. All right, well, great. Thank you for the report, and thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.